Me and Brandon contacted Mr. Malling about starting a fishing club this past summer. We were interested in getting into some fishing events and getting some kids involved in fishing. So to get the club started, we went to the Great Lakes Sport Fishermen meeting and asked for donations for fishing poles, reels, shacks, anything kids need to go fishing really, because a lot of them didn't have the equipment they needed. Another way we got exposure to the community was Jody Korch from the Eagle Herald wrote a nice article and put it in the paper, and that helped us get more recognition in the club.
We found out there was a Wisconsin high school state fishing tournament, and you had to fish another tournament before you were eligible to fish that one, so we had to fish the Lake Nockabee tournament.
So to get ready for the Nockabee tournament, we had a fish outing. We went to Nockabee. I think we had 25 kids, caught some nice pike, caught a bunch of nice bluegills, some perch, stayed a little after, caught some walleyes through the night. It was a big success. A lot of kids had fun. It was a good time. Cooked some lunch on the ice.
The next weekend we headed out to Lake Nockabee, got up early and hit the ice hard. At the end of the day, ended up taking first overall, and it was a good tournament.
We found out the tournament was in Birchwood, Wisconsin. It was 4.5 hours away, and we were taking 23 kids, 6 advisors, so we knew we were going to have a lot of mouths to feed, and we needed to raise some money to get there.
So we went around town the next 3 weeks looking for food donations and money donations to pay towards gas and other bills.
On February 16th, we left the high school at 6:30. Our great big convoy headed west, 4.5 hour drive to Birchwood.
After 4.5 long hours of driving, we finally hit Birchwood, got ourselves unpacked, and hit the ice hard.
So, what are they trying to do here? Their side limit is 18. Oh, sorry.
It's all right.
You gone?
It's all right.
Yeah, how bad is it? Oh God.
Got pliers?
Yeah.
Just pull.
Oh, you.
There's your bluegill, Riley.
Oh man, here, get the gaff, get the gaff, get the gaff.
Ooh, hey. Ooh, hey. Ooh, hey, it's still small.
See? But like that goes in the bucket. You know? Yeah. Keep them alive, dump them all. You know? Oh, you have to. What? Come on. Oh, what? All
Give me my waxworm back.
After the first day of pre-fishing on Red Cedar, we caught a few small walleyes, some smaller pike, yeah, a few little bluegills, crappies, perch here and there. Found myself a nice fish crib, caught myself some nice slabs of rock bass, but they didn't count towards the tournament, so.
The second day, we woke up at about 4 o'clock in the morning. A couple of us did, headed out back on Red Cedar, set some walleye tip-ups, caught some small walleyes, headed back in, ate breakfast, headed over to Hemlock Lake, caught a lot of small panfish, small perch, small bluegills, small crappies. We found some pike. Eventually we found where they were getting some nicer crappies off one of the shores. It was a lot warmer that day. That was the Friday, the day before the tournament.
After we got off the ice that day, we headed over to UW Barron County Gymnasium for a general rules meeting and dinner.
There was about 700 people in the gym, over 700 people in the gym. The tournament was scheduled for Saturday. Goes from 7 a.m. till 2 p.m. The start of the tournament was a cannon shot, which pretty much said, hey, put your lines in the water. No lines in the water before 7 or after 2.
After the cannon shot at 2 o'clock, everybody had to be in line by 2:30 or they'd be disqualified.
You could have up to 10 people on a team and 2 coaches per team. Each team could have 5 northerns, 5 bass, 1 walleye, 5 perch, 5 crappies, and 5 bluegills. Every game fish had to be measured by a coach on the official bump board and photoed and wrote down on the game fish sheet to be brought in later in the weigh-in. The 15 panfish had to be in water, not frozen, so they could be weighed at the weigh-in. After you registered, they took the total length of all your game fish and they added up to the pounds of the panfish multiplied by 12 to give it a
Rough estimate of the total panfish inches that you've caught throughout the day. Later that night, we talked about where we're going to fish and who we're going to split up and where they're going to fish that next day for the tournament. We decided we're going to have a few people on each lake, Hemlock and Red Cedar, so we have an equal chance of getting a big fish off of each.
The people on Red Cedar were more focused on catching walleyes in the morning and transitioning over to maybe some bass and some northern. And then on Hemlock Lake, we had the bulk of our people fishing some northern, and then the rest all were fishing panfish, trying to get some nice crappies, some nice perch, maybe some bluegills. So we woke up in the morning, and I walked through the house and said, "Tight lines, brothers, down."
Oh. Hey, Jardine, get ready. Tell him you gotta go, Jardine.
Oh, gotta go back.
Give me that. Get over there, Jardine.
Go back.
Make sure, you know, if fish gets in the hole, get him. Get ready, Jardine. Get ready, Seavers.
I'll catch this thing.
Feel it?
Got him?
Yeah.
Tail slant.
Hey.
Don't
Watch
tail
out.
slant me.
There we go. So let me get ready, just in case.
I'll bare hand this.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
All right, to sum things up for the tournament, the day of fishing, overall I think we did a great job. Over on Hemlock Lake, we had some guys catching some very nice crappie, as well as some nice bluegills that really got our confidence building, leading up to the final kind of weigh-in. We had some guys on Red Cedar chain that hooked us up with some pike. As we got into about 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock in the mid-morning there, we started to realize that we kind of had to focus our attention on some bass. So we made some adjustments, moved around Hemlock Lake a little bit more, as well as Red Cedar chain. We actually had one of our fishermen saw some bass on his camera, but he just couldn't get them to hit. If we could have got one of those, it would have been a great lift for our team, but just never came through. So as we made our way into the weigh-in, we knew we had some good numbers with all of our teams. Each one of our teams, as they moved up to the board, they were in the top 10. As our team 1 got up there, we had a really good showing, really big number. So once we got up to the weigh-in, and the top 10, they had a board up on the stage where they interviewed everybody. We were in third place, and as other teams, we sat there and watched. We kept getting bumped down a little bit, but again, our hopes were right there to make the top 10. But right at the end, they had a team come in, push us out of the top 10, and we took 11th. Out of about 70 teams, over 40 schools. So overall, I couldn't ask for anything better to take 11th place out of that kind of teams and during that kind of a tournament. I'm really happy with how everything kind of came together, especially being our first year and just kind of knowing about this tournament in November and really scrambling and having a lot of hard work from Brandon and Riley, our presidents, as well as the other kids, just getting everything ready to get planned out. And the other thing is too, this never would have happened if our community wouldn't have supported us and been on our back. We got a lot of donations, not just funds and money, but also food. You know, people reached out to me that I had no idea who they were, and they were just really excited for this fishing team to excel and do good. And so this 11th place finish is just not for us as a team or our school, but the Marinette community as a whole. So I'd like to thank everybody in the community for supporting us and making everything happen. Thank you.
How you doing today, fellas?
Good, good. How about yourself?
Not too bad. Did you enjoy the weather out there, Coach?
Yeah, it was fantastic. Couldn't ask for any much better weather, I guess. Quite a few people, competition around, but fishing was fairly good right away in the morning, and we got on them fairly good, all three of our teams. So kind of slowed up towards the afternoon, and that's about it.
All right, very good. Who caught the big fish today? You did. Let's get some information. What did you catch? Where? How?
And I caught it on a big shiner on my tip-off.
Hey, would you catch a northern?
Yeah.
How big was it?
24 inch.
24-inch northern. Do you have any fish in there you want to show us? It looks like a nice crappie. Couple nice crappies. Okay, Marinette team number 3. Look at these crappies. Ooh, they are lively. All right, give them a hand. Team number 3 from Marinette. Coach, you want a quick picture with the board? It's Marinette 2, 62.34. Where were you fishing today?
We were fishing on Hemlock Lake, kind of in between the two main islands, right out from the launch.
Okay, what were you catching today?
A lot of crappie.
A lot of crappie. Did anybody get a big one?
Tyler got 11.5 inches.
Ooh, you got a big one. What? How big?
About 11 inches.
11 inches? Did you put it in for the big crappie?
No, ma'am.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
Yes, you did. You did put it in.
Yes, he did.
All right. Okay, Marinette number 2. Nice job. Second place so far, Marinette number 1. We'll let everybody get up here. All right. Tell me the story. How did today go?
It went pretty well. We were out on Hemlock. We were slaying the crappies and panfish all day. We got a couple northerns out on Red Cedar. We were spread out all over.
All right. Looks like you must have caught quite a few fish today. Who caught the big one here? Who caught a big fish? Right down here. All right. Come on over. I don't want to make that squeal. So, what did you catch today?
Caught a crappie.
How big?
12 and a half.
12 and a half. Are you in the lead?
I have no idea.
I think he might be in the lead with a 12.5-inch crappie. Is it in the bucket? Let's take a look. Let's see his 12.5-inch crappie. It's somewhere in there. Grab one. Grab the big one. All right. They said they got 5 12-inch crappies. Whoever caught those 12-inch crappies, that is a master angler. Master angler. So make sure you guys submit that. Okay, what's your name? Let's do a little interview. Tell me what you're catching them on and where.
My name's Adam Moore, and I was catching them on a moon jig with a waxy.
Moon jig with a waxy. Hey, nice job. Ooh, they were in second, now they're in third. If you want to get a quick photo, go ahead, fellas.
What is a fishing club? The definition of the fishing club is you just fish.